This that Boulder Highway pimpin'. Eastside, eastside, eastside. Samstown budget, sweetheart, riding out Nellis in my G-Ride. This that Boulder Highway pimpin'. Eastside, eastside, eastside. Samstown budget, sweetheart, riding out Nellis in my G-Ride. Get it the fastest, riding the cat to my classes. 107, boy. We can hit on Sunday, we gon' hit up Crystal Palace. For real. Ain't no lollygagging, hitting home runs when I'm batting. Bowling alley cracking, knocked me one from Dallas. I did. She like the east side and I like her accent. I swear I do. Told her I'm a flashy, being flies a passion. It is. Raised round here, hit me up when you visiting. All you gotta do is let me know what the mission is and we gon' get to it. Cause man, it's that Boulder Highway pimpin'. Eastside, eastside, eastside. Samstown budget, sweetheart, riding out Nellis in my G-Ride. This that Boulder Highway pimpin'. Eastside, eastside, eastside. Samstown budget, sweetheart, riding out Nellis in my G-Ride. I'm just rolling, rolling, rolling down the eastside, eastside, eastside. I'm just rolling, rolling, rolling down the eastside, eastside, eastside. I'm just rolling, rolling, rolling down the eastside, eastside, eastside. Samstown budget, sweetheart, riding out Nellis in my G-Ride.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? My name is Billy Davis. If you guys are new here, definitely be sure to like this video and also be sure to subscribe to the channel. Guys, I am here with, honestly, if I'm being honest, an idol of mine.
Oh, love. Wow.
Yeah, from when dude, I grew up listening to you. Okay. I have to open up with that. I feel like I have to. And I just want to say you're an absolute legend and I appreciate all the work that you've done. But guys, I am here with no other than Dizzy Wright.
Thank you, sir.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So I want to kick things off. We're here on the Fly High Tour. Chris Calico, yourself, Winnie Payton. You know, how has it been so far on the tour for you?
It's been great. It's been great. I think just still being able to just broadcast my catalog and get up there and, you know, feeling seasoned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying myself.
Good, man. I love that. I love that. So you're touring for an album right now. If I'm not mistaken, you had just put out an album called Emotional Discipline.
I did.
And I want to ask about this album because I actually got the chance to take a listen to it. It's very different from the style that we knew you from. You know, what caused you to go into that lane and try, and where'd you get the name from?
I think just being an artist.
Just being an artist? Just
being an artist. You know, I think over my career I've infused like, you know, reggae a little bit.
Okay.
But I have started to become kind of a fan of like Afro beats.
Oh, okay.
So I like tested the waters a little bit, but then there was another sound that's more kind of from South Africa and it's called Ampiano.
Ampiano.
Ampiano. I'm a piano.
Okay.
Ampiano. Something like that.
Something right.
It's like, but it's a little different than Afro beats. And I had came across some producers that were in Africa and they were making those kind of sounds. So I just tested the waters to see what I could come up with. And if I could like infuse my message with what I was learning and kind of sneak some hidden gems in there, but do it on a different sound and just, you know, take myself away from, so I'm just not, forcing myself to do the same type of music all the time.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
So, and Emotional Discipline is just where I've been at in my 30s.
Okay.
Just working on emotional discipline.
What does that attest to?
Yeah, just not reacting out of emotion all the time.
That's fair.
You know, that's kind of like the simple answer. It's like, sometimes it's good to walk away, process, come back, make the best decision.
Well, it's so funny because I can take from that, even in my own personal life, because sometimes I even struggle with something like that. You know what I'm saying? So that hits home, man. Because
it's a growing process thing. It's just one of those. It's a branch on a tree, on a growing tree.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, you know, it's so funny. One thing, I'm just gonna crack the ice here a little bit. I seen you at a Raiders game recently.
Yeah.
Football fan?
Yeah, I love the Raiders. Yeah.
Love the Raiders?
Yeah, I love football, period. But I love the Raiders. I'm a Raider fan.
I just have to make the joke, man. We're trying to get your guy. Here in Detroit, we're trying to get your guy. We're trying to get Max Crosby.
Oh, I know. I heard. I was like, yo, Max, look, you know, I got family here. You know, I was born in Flint.
Right,
yeah, So, and my father's from Detroit, and, you know, they're all Lion fans. And like,
I love that.
You know, but I tell you, I can't have Max. Y'all can't have Max.
We are looking for Max. Although I will say, I just seen news today that it looks like we grabbed a defensive end off of the Browns practice squad.
Okay,
yeah,
right.
So we ended up grabbing somebody. So it looks like your guy's safe for a little.
Max got Raiders tatted on him. He's really a Raider. Like, you know, hopefully we could build a team around it.
I think you guys will be able to. I know just in the, at least when it comes to the football stuff, it's the slack behind the quarterback right now.
Yeah, we just need a quarterback. I would like to see us. I hate to say this, but I would like to see us tank and get a good quarterback.
I would like to see that too. I will say I love Gardner Minshew.
Yeah.
I love his energy.
Yeah, I like his energy too.
Yeah.
I think that he's a little timid.
Yes, absolutely.
When the big boys is running at him.
Understandable.
Understandable. He's a little timid. And we need somebody a little more poised. I thought we were going to take a little bit and try to move up and try to get CJ Stroud.
Which that would have made sense.
Like, I really thought that was going to be the play, but we did some whole other shit. I can't remember what we did. But
the Raiders haven't been known for drafting quarterbacks. It's not their strong suit.
No, it's not.
So it's funny because Max is from here. Or not from here. He was born in Texas, but he played at Eastern.
Yeah. He told me. He came by the store when I still had the Still Moving store.
No way, did he?
Yeah, he came by. I had the Still Moving store open before the pandemic.
Okay. Yep.
And he came by, you know, signed some stuff for me and the fellas. And
that's awesome.
It was the first year that the Raiders were there.
Right. Okay, you know so they just came to Vegas.
Yeah, fans weren't even able to be in the stadium yet because of the COVID restrictions.
Yep.
So, you know, I got to build that relationship with him, but
that's awesome.
He got to tell me about his experience at Eastern and how he listened to the music back in the day.
That's awesome.
So I thought that was super cool.
That's awesome, man.
Super dope.
You know, I want to ask, because you were born in Flint.
Yes.
I want to ask, you know, what does the city of Detroit and just Michigan itself mean to you?
You know, it's interesting, right? Because growing up in Vegas, I always kind of consider myself like an outcast a little bit. I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. I wasn't big on trying to be like anybody. I wasn't really inspired by a lot of things. I kind of really walked my own walk out there, you know? And it was a developing city. And
absolutely.
You know, people came from a lot of different places. So there was a lot of different identities.
The tourism out there is crazy.
Yeah, it was a lot of different identities that you had to deal with and stuff like that. But it's interesting because when I come to Michigan, it's like I meet people that feel like they have similar energy to me. Like
absolutely.
If I go to a barbershop or something, or if I'm out at the bar and I'm talking to somebody, just the vibe is slightly different. So it just feels more homey when I'm this way.
I love that, man.
But you know, life is life. Like, you know, it makes me feel like I took my Michigan like Midwest ways and took that shit to the West Coast and got it on.
Yeah, something happened. Something happened in the middle.
You know, they blended it up.
Right.
And you got me. You know what I'm saying?
He said it. Then you got me. So I do want to ask this, and this is something that I've been thinking about and just wanted to bring to your attention. I want to ask you, you know, what was life like with Funk Volume?
Life with Funk Volume was it was dope. It was very different for me. You know, I would say that Funk Volume, I was brought on to diversify the label.
Okay.
You know, which I think I did that. You know,
absolutely
I accomplished that.
Absolutely,
and, you know, because it was a shocker for the fans that the fan base that was already built before I was there to sign somebody like me. You know what I mean? But it just taught me a lot about being an artist too, and about the stages of what us artists go through and how we perceive things and how we'll make drastic decisions sometimes based off of where we're at as artists.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes it don't have nothing to do with nothing but that. But it could be made about a bunch of other shit. So when I look back on it, I'm just thankful for the learning process that I got to go through. And like all the memories of the shows and the fans and the different things like that. I did have expectations for Funk Volume. I did want to see us kind of thrive more.
Absolutely.
So it did suck for the label to like go down that way. You don't want to see a team. You don't want to see
like almost like a catastrophic demise.
Yeah, like it's like a hotel that no longer exists.
Yeah.
You're like, they demolished the whole hotel.
It's completely down.
You're like, damn, like I can't even go back.
Right.
So, you know, that kind of, you know, early on was something that I had to learn how to operate with, you know, but now I look back and I'm just like thankful for everything happening the way it did. So I was able to really walk off and
I was about to say, man, because you're still thriving.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful to see. As somebody, like I said, who grew up a fan of you and things of that nature, dude, it's so beautiful to continue to see you thrive and continue to see you have success.
I appreciate that. You know, even success in the music or whatever it's considered, to me is cool, right? How people might perceive it. But the real success for me is, you know, my wife, my 4 kids, you know, the peace, the journey, the opportunity.
It's the real life side of things.
Yeah, like the opportunity to be able to go say that I, you know, met my wife in high school and she went through the whole funk volume process with me. You know, it wasn't.
She was there through it all.
Yeah, so before then, after, and, you know, hopefully beyond, but just that to me is success, because I feel like, you know, you lose a lot of people that you love chasing your dreams.
Yeah.
You make crazy decisions. Your mind could get wrapped up and around all kind of shit, and you know, you could just lose yourself, and in the process of you trying to find yourself, you lose people that you really care about.
Absolutely.
So I've been blessed to be able to like find my sanity within this, keep my sanity within this, make some decisions that, you know, I lost some friends, maybe,
Things
like,
happen.
or some
Things
business
happen.
associates,
Right.
like, but at the end of the day, you know, I know what's important.
Absolutely.
So to be able to put music out, travel, come out here, talk to you, get paid, relate to people still, like in a real way. It doesn't have to be all crazy.
Right.
And get on stage, do what I love. A seasoned version of it, a little more seasoned version of it. Because,
been doing it for some time.
Yeah, I pride myself on trying to broadcast what I've been able to develop over these years. It's not really just even me getting up there, being a bunch of people, making the crowd go crazy. It's really about being polished, making sure my main instrument, my voice, is the one that's doing the most work.
Absolutely.
You know, so I'm like super proud of that.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I want to say, you know, talking about your wife and kids and things of that nature, man, I just have to say that's the most beautiful thing I've taken away from this conversation, because that's the best part of life, right? Is when you get to create that success.
Yes, absolutely. And it's a journey. It's a task.
Absolutely.
Listen, like this life, we are being thrown all kind of loopholes that we have to jump through. It's not easy. So I get it. But, you know, the fight, having the will to fight every day, to put up the fight, you know, for yourself, for your family. To me, that's thriving. That's success. Because I do see how hard it can get for people.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. So I have 2 more questions for you.
Absolutely. I got time.
All right. I want to ask you, there is a song that I grew up listening to from you, and it's with Logic.
Okay.
I want to ask, you know, what was it like working with somebody like Logic?
It was dope. Yeah, you know, just back in those days, I think me, Logic, like Rat Pack, Pro Era, Flatbush Zombies, Funk Volume, like we were all trying to out-rap each other.
Understandable.
We wanted to be the best, you know? And I just think like having like that competitiveness with people around your age, and like we were all on the same cover and different things like that. It was just dope. It was never like I was competing with them. I just wanted to make sure I showed up and was being the best version of myself.
Because that's the most important.
And they, you know, sometimes you would hear a verse and be like, hold on, let me start this one over.
Let me go back and rewrite this.
I completely did not come how I should come.
Yeah, listen, because I make music myself, man, so I understand that feeling of having to look back and be like, okay, hold on, I can do this a little bit differently. There's something else I could say here.
Yeah. And then, you know, sometimes you just got to stand on, you know, and then take it there.
Yeah,
you know, maybe
absolutely.
you keep what you got and then just keep going. But yeah, it was dope back then, working with him.
Absolutely, man. Now, the one thing that we really hone in here at the Rebel Music Fest is independent artists. We're trying to grow a community for independent artists to come in and feel like they are welcomed at all times. If you have any advice for independent artists or up-and-coming artists, what would that be?
So what I would say to independent artists, man, you got to have tough skin, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's number one, you know? I would say, you know, just because you're an independent artist doesn't mean you have to limit yourself, your art. You don't have to, you're still an artist, right?
Absolutely.
You're just independent at the moment. So like, I wouldn't say limit yourself, right? Well, don't limit yourself.
Don't, yep.
And just constantly create, you know, create based off of like, you know, it just depends on what kind of artist you are. But I do think that you should always like paint how you're feeling.
Yeah.
Like, you know, make sure that emotion gets added into the art some kind of way. I feel like if I'm talking to an independent artist, I could just be like, hey man, good luck.
Right. Yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
good luck with this shit, folks. Cause
you got it.
I'll just say when you're an independent artist, you have to be ready for things to change, you know, and you have to be willing to adapt and you have to learn how to adapt and you got to show up for yourself. If you saying you want to be an independent artist, you're pretty much saying, I know I'm going to show up for me.
Yeah.
That's why I'm doing this.
I'm first.
I'm first. I'm showing up for me. And you got to show up for yourself. And like, you know, you just gotta
be there, man.
You gotta be in tune.
Absolutely.
I just feel like with the internet and with the marketing.
Yeah, because that's taken over completely.
And the streaming.
Yep.
And the AI stuff.
Yep.
And like, I can't really prepare you for this.
Right, I was about to say.
Like, I'm not even gonna sit up here and act like I can give you the gems to thrive in this world of this.
Because it is different now. From
it's
when
so different.
Yeah.
I'm even trying to figure it out.
I was about to say.
I'm still an independent artist. So like, last label that I was signed to was Funk Volume.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, and I've never had like a major label. I never went and signed with a deal and dropped a single with them and they worked it. Like I never did any of that. Like all my shit is independent.
Right.
So, but that's because I wanted to paint those pictures and put those messages out in those time frames the way that I saw fit and where I thought I was at in my artistry level of growth, right?
Yep.
So I would say the best way to stay motivated and when everything is changing is to be an artist.
Just be yourself.
Just be an artist. Don't limit yourself. Throw them beats on. Put ideas down. They don't always have to always go on the album.
Yeah.
Don't just create to get paid for it. Or don't just create for other people's listening habits. Like sometimes you gotta put that pain on a song, sit on that shit for a little while.
Absolutely.
And get it out the way so you can actually be the artist that you want to be for your fans, right? So it's a tricky little thing, right?
Yeah.
Like because you could sign a major and they'll just tell you what type of artist to be.
Right. And they'll take you down that road.
You just show up and you just do what you're told, right? And in the independent space, you have to be innovative, motivated, and innovative.
Yes.
And like you have to trust, you know, the slow process.
I was about to say, because it's a slow burn.
Yeah, it's a slow burn. But you know, somebody told me this a long time ago. Never let anything get you too high. Never let anything get you too low.
That's beautiful.
Just kind of stay neutral with everything, and nothing won't feel.
You can't get overexcited. You can't get let down.
You can't get let down, and let down leads to discouragement, and discouragement leads to stagnance, and then like. Now you overthinking, and it's the domino effect of it.
Because that overthinking, dude, it'll do something to you.
You're just like, damn, all the shit happening to him. And next thing you know, you got to work your way back up to where you was already at. You know, so you really do have to protect your piece. As an artist, you really have to protect that, cherish that. It's more valuable than, you know, that quick bread. You know, I truly believe that, you know, because when it's all said and done, you want to be able to look back and be like, I gave them all of me.
Yeah.
Right? I gave them all of me.
Gave them everything that you possibly could.
I left empty. Left empty. You know what I'm saying? I put all the things, whether I gave it to y'all or I just expressed it on music. Cause I got songs. I got so many songs at the crib about shit.
Yeah. Just over time.
Just getting pissed about some shit and writing rap. About that shit all angry. And I'm like, I'm going to just hold on to this.
Yeah, because maybe this don't need to go out.
I'm like, why am I so angry about this shit? But then I'll be over it. I'll be laughing.
Well, that goes back to that emotional discipline.
Yeah, it does. It does. Finding ways to get it out without it being too detrimental. And you're going to have your waves of like, shit, trust me. I know all about it.
Absolutely.
Like, but just trying not to get too high, get too low.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just trying to stay neutral and shit. So
That's beautiful, man. And I just want to say thank you so much for your time, man.
Man, thank you for having me, brother.
Absolutely.
For real,
It's a pleasure. Guys, my name is Billy Davis. I had the pleasure of sitting down here with Dizzy Wright, and we had some good conversation. If you guys are new, definitely be sure to like and subscribe. Other than that, we'll be talking to you later. Peace.
Peace. Like and subscribe, baby.
My man.